Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Now, if you've been following me closely, you would have noticed, especially on my TikTok, that I have been diving deeply into mental health awareness and healing. In today's video, I'll be doing a powerful recap and key takeaways that you can apply right away. So get your glass of water, a cup of tea, get cozy, and let's get started. If you are new to my channel, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you do not miss any content that will help you heal and grow. Mental health is just as important as our physical health. As a matter of fact, there is no health without mental health because it affects our relationships, it affects our work, and it affects our overall well-being. Yet, I find out that a lot of people neglect it until they reach a breaking point. This doesn't have to be. Taking care of your mind is a sign of strength, not a sign of weakness. And the same way we take care of our physical body is the same way we ought to take care of our health. It is a way of loving ourselves. One of the biggest misconceptions that I have found is that people think that therapy is for people in crisis. The truth, however, is that therapy is a tool for growth. It is a tool for self-awareness and emotional regulation. It's not just about venting or telling someone your those emotions that you feel deep down on the inside of you. It is learning a lifelong skill that will help you to navigate life better. Depression isn't always crying in bed or refusing to get out of bed. It can also show up as physical pain in the body. It can show up as persistent fatigue. It can show up as becoming highly irritable. It can show up as loss of interest in activities you would do on a normal day. Now, if you or someone you know is just off, they just there's just no connection between you and them, or you feel some sort of disconnect, then it will be good to not ignore the signs that the person is putting out there. Try to speak with them and give them all the support they need, and even go as far as helping them get the professional help that they need at the time or that they require. Stress is a response to external pressures, while anxiety is persistent worry even when there is no explainable reason. Now, knowing the difference between stress and anxiety can help you manage each one effectively. I'll be sharing 3 grounding techniques for panic attacks. The first one is the 5-4-3-2-1 method, and this is just using the 5 senses to boost or to jumpstart the body from panic mode into reality. And it is trying to identify 5 things that you can see, 4 things that you can touch, 3 things that you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing that you can taste. This helps you bring your focus back to what is happening currently. Another grounding technique is deep breathing. You can hold your breath or inhale for 4 counts or 6 counts and hold your breath for 4 counts and exhale for 4 counts as well. You can do this repeatedly until you are able to come back to reality from the panic mode. From the panic mode. The third technique is the ice cube trick. Holding on to an ice cube can shift the focus from the panic mode into to the physical sensations in the body and back into reality. These techniques can help you regain control in those moments when you are anxious or you feel you are in deep anxiety. Unresolved trauma can affect our adult relationship. It affects how we view ourselves. It affects our self-worth. It affects our mental health. Most times, so a lot of adults are carrying around trauma from experiences they had when they were children. And without realizing it, they project their traumas in the way they speak, the way they behave, and the way they treat other people. Healing starts with awareness. Being aware of what is going on with you is very important because it then helps you to take steps to drop all those old patterns that are no longer serving you. Imagine if you were a little kid and you were constantly aggressive because of certain trauma or certain upbringing that has affected or shifted your programming to view life in a certain way. Now you're an adult. You can't keep getting aggressive with people, else everyone will avoid you or completely shut you out. It is important to drop such patterns and adopt new ones in order to have healthy relationships. Be kind to yourself as you would to your friend or any individual, as a matter of fact. Being kind to yourself in the way you speak to yourself, in the way you treat yourself, in the way you do things for yourself is actually a way of showing compassion to yourself. If you extend mercy to someone, then extend mercy to yourself as well. If you will not say, oh, you're stupid, then why would you say, oh, I'm stupid? It's important to realize that you are as important as every other individual that you cater to. The same way you are catering to everyone, remember to cater to yourself. Now, journaling is a great way to process emotions. It is a way to track growth and release all those thoughts that you have bottled up or tried to bury deep down within you. Journaling helps you to express these emotions in a healthy way without getting aggressive or violent or offensive with your words. I remember growing up, I started journaling when I was about 13 years old, and up until today I still journal and it has helped me. I used to be very introverted and melancholic in nature, but now people see me and they think my primary temperament is choleric, and that is because with the help of journaling I have been able to an extent improve and work on myself by tracking my triggers, tracking things that weren't helpful to me, tracking patterns that were no longer useful to me, and adopting healthy ones in order for me to develop myself and keep developing myself, and also improve my relationship with those around me. We have all made mistakes, and in fact, we will still make mistakes. It is part of life, and it is part of what makes us human beings. But holding on to guilt forever, it never helps, and it doesn't help. What we can do from the mistakes is to learn from them and to make amends if necessary. And then ultimately forgive yourself. We have to keep reminding ourselves that growth is a process. It is about progress and never about perfection. No one human being is perfect, even with all the cosmetic surgery we have in the world today. No human being is perfect. We all make mistakes from time to time. So it will be good if we can cut ourselves some slacks and forgive ourselves when we sleep. But most importantly, pick ourselves up, learn what we have to learn from what has happened, and move forward and forge ahead. If you have a friend who is struggling with their mental health, the best support you can give them is not necessarily advice. At the time, all they really need is someone to be there for them, someone to listen to them, and also encourage professional help when needed. It's not a time to criticize them or to judge them or to poke them or make them feel less of themselves. It's a time for you to be empathetic towards them and to help them get the guidance and the help they require. Self-care isn't just about having spa day or having a movie date or Netflix and chill. It is also about setting boundaries, saying no when needed, and taking care of your emotional and physical well-being. As we age, there are certain things that we need to stop doing or stop eating. And there are certain things we need to incorporate into our diet, and there are certain physical exercises that we need to start doing. That also is self-care. When you know that taking a lot of sugar is bad for you, then you change your diet and remove sugar completely and find alternative means to balance for it. That is self-care. Say it might even go as far as being staying away from certain people who do not allow you to be the best version of yourself, or people who are constantly reminding you of things you are trying to grow from or things you are trying to stop doing. It might be self-care is staying away from such environments so that you can find yourself again and grow. Faith and mental health are not mutually exclusive. It has been found out that psychologists, in the process of trying to help people who are mentally ill, have incorporated spirituality into their healing process. And I can say for a fact that there are certain activities that can help your mental health. Having faith that you can be better, praying about it, meditating on certain scriptures, if you're a Christian, meditating on certain scriptures and having faith that that is your reality, listening to worship music. The good part about listening to worship music is that the songs give words to those emotions that you find difficult to express. So, finding balance is a very powerful healing tool. You are not your thoughts. We all have all these negative thoughts that pop up in our heads from time to time, but it is important to always exchange them with empowering ones. There are times when you feel, oh, I'm not good enough, or I made a mistake and I don't know how I will ever recover from this. But you can change those thoughts with empowering thoughts like, I am capable, I am able, I can do this, I can do this. It is within my capacity to do this. I can achieve this. I am an achiever. I did this in the past and therefore I can do this. And also forgiveness doesn't excuse someone's behavior, but rather it helps you drop the weight of resentment. It frees you from that weight that resentment places on you. The person that has hurt you has moved on. Trust me, they have moved on. They can't even remember you. They don't even care. And they are out there living their best life while you are holding on to unforgiveness and being miserable. And this keeps you stuck because whenever you remember the person or think about what they did to you, you feel the same anger and you feel that resentment, that bitterness towards the person. But forgiving them helps you heal from the hurt that they have caused. It helps you, it frees you from the cage of misery and resentment. I would like you to remember that healing is a journey and not a destination. We will constantly feel hurt from time to time of pain, or we will constantly have experiences that traumatize us. So, healing is something that has to happen from time to time. It is not something that happens once and ends there. It will take a lot of patience, a lot of effort, and a lot of support. So, which of this topic resonated with you? Let me know in the comments. And if this video helped you, please like, share with anyone you know would need it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.